So, can you please explain to me, who is certainly not a legal scholar nor a lawyer, how the Supreme Court could rule on this? Along, John Roberts, of course, to his great shame, but as predicted, and Amy Coney Barrett was, I think, was a surprise to many people. How they could possibly rule that the Constitution, which was written by a bunch of people that had just rejected and repulsed the British invasion of their homes, would allow for the foreign invasion of a state. How do you square that?
So they didn't actually give us an explanation. They just got rid of the injunction. So we don't actually have an opinion letting us know why they said this. Now, we can go back to Roberts, 10, 12 years ago when the US v. Arizona case came down. He sided with the liberal judges back then. And unfortunately now, I was hoping with the new justices that they would all stick together against Roberts on this issue, or maybe Roberts could see the error of his ways over the last 10, 15 years in allowing that case to go forward. He's seen the consequences of not just Texas, but really the entire country. And yet, here he is again, blocking the states from protecting their very own citizens from all types of crimes and all potential of even terrorists coming across the border.
Does this mean no more sanctuary cities? I mean, well, right? Like, so does this ruling mean that the federal government can just seize control of sanctuary cities and that they have supremacy here when it comes to immigration policy? So the next Republican administration just marches directly into sanctuary cities and say this isn't a real thing.
Yeah, it seems like that, doesn't it? It seems like if that's true, if it's true on one side, it certainly seems like the feds can do it on the other side, which is say we're not going to honor sanctuary cities. You can't do that anymore. We're going to move these people out of here. So you would think that, but none of this makes any sense. This is not the Constitution. This is a bunch of liberal judges ignoring the fact that we have a right as a state to protect ourselves. And you're right. It goes back to the founding of our country. And there's no way that the founders would say, oh yeah, if the federal government's not going to protect you, you have to let all the consequences and potentially, people dying, you have to let all those consequences happen, states. No, you have no right to fight back.